Hello everyone, my name's Bottletophornet and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Alright, so as you saw from the start of this episode, I did a little bit of work quickly to redo a little bit of the landscape around here, give us a little bit more space out on this side of the island, and started to fiddle a little bit with how I want this platform to be set up over here. Now, that looks a little bit skinny and weird right now. I might do some additions around there a little bit later because we might add the walkway going around the outside as well. We might even build a room around the, or a building around the super smelter. And there's a few things that will probably get done in a time lapse today. But for starters, I just wanted to get us a little bit of space here. I think that glow squid was just getting killed. It was. Murder. Hide, buddy. But yes, over here, I wanted this space so that I could bring some paths down this way and we could set up some extra crop farms, but more for a couple of different items that we have in here. So, for example, I want the glowberries. I want, I think that they might be over there. I want some of the, whatever those are, berries, berry bush berries. What are they called? We'll find out in a second. And maybe some bamboo and whatnot. We'll see. Maybe even like a little flower farm. Few bits and pieces. Glow lichen as well is one that I want to put over there. Oh, and cocoa beans. Sweet berries, that's the name. So yeah, sweet berries, glowberries, cocoa beans, and maybe some glow lichen as well. Maybe even some vines. We'll see what we come up with, but I kind of want to do them in little strips like, we'll just use this for example. I kind of want to go across like this and then step across here and have it like a vineyard set up with a couple of different styles going up through this area. So with that, I'm going to gather a couple of things, probably go get myself that glow lichen, maybe some vines, and also check if I have some cocoa beans, and then we'll see what we can come up with over here, filling this island a little bit more. And actually, after a little bit of investigating, I'm fairly certain I don't have any cocoa beans. Unless it's in the dye? Oh, I do! Never mind. Wonderful. So we have the cocoa beans. We have some vines over here. Ooh, we could even do some drip leaf. Keep a couple of those. We could make a big drip leaf farm. And I'm sure if I head out to the new 1.17 area that we created, I'll be able to find myself... Ooh, it's nearly nighttime, but that's okay. I'll be able to find myself some glow lichen. Probably in storage. So we'll do the usual thing where we pop across this ice road, which really is one of the most convenient things I've ever made. Oh, and while I'm here, just so you guys know, with 1.18 coming a little bit closer, and this whole place kind of being on the verge of being finished, worked on, I suppose you'd say, because I will be switching over to 1.18 and starting a fresh Let's Play series. In the month of November, I'm going to do Nether November, but it's not going to be so much on the YouTube. It's something that I'm probably going to do during my live streams. I'm going to spend a bit of time throughout the month of November on live streams, coming in here, building up this platform, doing a lot of work in the Nether to try and bring it up to... Hold on. Try and bring it up to scratch. Oh, come on. This one. This one. Yes. But yeah, gonna try and bring this up to a level similar to what I have in the overworld. And just kind of, I don't know, finish up a couple of things. Like, I would really like to make a walkway properly down towards my stronghold, rather than just this opening here, and the same towards my guardian farm down there. So, Nether November on the Twitch channel. If you'd like to come by and watch that and you haven't already followed the Twitch, the link will be in the description. Anyway, with that being said, let's head over, see if we can get that glow lichen, and then we can come back and get to work on the island. So, let's travel 1,000 blocks in a very short amount of time. I love that my new computer can handle this so easily. It's fantastic. And we go sideways so we don't go through the nether portal. Wonderful. Now, there we go. First box I looked in. That's good. We might bring back a couple of things because why not? But the reality is I should come out here one day and do a couple of bits and pieces. Oh, we got a lot of dark oak, lots of random stuff. And I'm pretty sure we even have some more down there. So if we need some more deep slate, we can come back here. Come back here another day. But I would like to make a couple of farms out here, maybe. Specifically a moss farm. But we have the glow lichen. That's 3 things right there, plus the other 2. So that's a full 6 different items that we can now grow in that vineyard style area. I think that'll be just fine, just plenty. And back we go. So fast. A swoop. Well, I don't know whether you guys could see that with the nether portal as it was, but that was a ghast inside our nether hub. We might need to do something about that. And it shot through the portal. Well, either way, what we have here is... let me actually... Hold on. Let me put them in my inventory so we can see. So, in my toolbar there, I'll look up into the sky so it's a little bit clearer. Those are the different things that I want to grow over here. So some of them will be able to hang and grow just fine. We might even set up like a little automatic system for the vines. So with a observer and some, say, dispensers with some shears in there, we might be able to set that up to automatically collect those, which would be good. Even though moss now works for making the mossy variety of things, I think I should still be able to use the vines, unless they change that. Ow. Let's check. Yep, you can still use vines. So, say if we wanted to make a bunch of mossy cobblestone or the mossy variety of the bricks, having a bunch of vines built up could be handy. Now, while I do want to get started on this, I kind of want to work out how I have this platform set up first. So it might be time to go into a little time lapse and actually get the bulk of the building done early in the episode. And that way we can come back in and do some of the detailing and set up the different farms that we want. Well, specifically for the vines, that's going to be a farm. The rest I could probably get manually. I'm not too worried about it. But I would like, if I can land there, I would like to do what I was talking about in the last episode, where I bring that down and across the front of this cliff face here, build that up and kind of join everything together on those 2 islands a little bit. Also, you may have noticed in the background, I wasn't really looking at it much, but I have started to add some things to this off camera, trying to just work out the shape of some buildings and whatnot that I will add over time. And I made this little walkway down here, which goes into the underside of that island, and that will eventually connect up to our axolotl sanctuary. So there's a couple of things that I'm really starting to do off camera now, and even on live streams, just because we are getting close to the end of this world. And I want to make sure that when I switch over to 1.18 and start a fresh playthrough, that this is complete, that we have a whole lot done, and when I make it available for you guys to download and explore, I want it to be really, really beautiful and touched up and finished and looking great. So adding all these little bits and adding a dock town and probably that house there or the farmhouse that I want to build, all of those things I want to get done before whenever it is, sometime in December. That's why streaming in the Nether over November is going to help me catch up and get those things done. So yeah, we might quickly pop into a time lapse. We might continue that around, do some building here and join these islands up, and I'll work out a little bit more of a structure over there to see what I can come up with, see what I can do to make those pillars look a little bit better, and then we'll come back in afterwards and get to work on growing all of these things in my inventory. So, with that being said, we'll jump into that time lapse. I'll see you on the other side for the rest of the episode. Enjoy! So this was a little bit of trial and error, but honestly, I'm kind of, especially from this side, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I decided to go a little bit more overboard towards the end of the time lapse there and just get to work starting to add the greenery and little bushes like this, which I really like. I think that works super well. I would be tempted. I do just want to quickly try one thing. Let's see what it looks like if we go like that. It doesn't connect to the leaves, but yeah, that's not too bad. Anyway, so we made some bushes like that. I've spread some stuff around, leaves, and added a couple extra modules here, some more trees and whatnot. And yeah, just kind of tried to fill in the land a little bit. If we jump up into the sky, ow, on top of this thing here, like so. Yeah, you can see that it's definitely filled that island out a little bit. Now, there's some more stuff down there, and there's an open area there, which I'm going to add like a greenhouse for the more automated style farms. So stuff like the vines and the, what do you call it, glow lichen, I might be able to set up a little wall. Oh, it's nearly nighttime. A little wall that grows those automatically and harvest them automatically. Same with the cocoa beans. And then we can do some stuff like, let's sleep. We can do some stuff like this. In fact, we'll probably just do it straight away here. And yeah, we're going to hang those in here, get a couple of them going. And then we might, what have I got on me? I've been using so many different items going around doing all of this that the inventory makes me feel like I want so much more inventory space. Somewhere here should be, there we go. A little bit of that, and we'll make a couple more just in case. But if I just come across here, and for these ones I'm thinking maybe I grab this out. There's no room in the inventory for that, but that's fine. Oh, I already used the correct ones on the end. And how much have we got? Perfect amount. Oh God, so much stuff. Blech. There we go. And then I will grab these sweet berries, and I think those being planted along here, and then if we just grow those up. There we go. Lovely. We've got ourselves some sweet berries growing. Then we can have that growing over there. Maybe on these two and the two outside ones, we have the glowberries. So these are like our berry vines, if that makes sense. So if we're thinking of this a bit like a vineyard, this is where the grapes are grown. Whereas for stuff like this, like the beans and the vines and everything, we might make a bit of a greenhouse here. So what I might quickly do is grab, we'll grab the blackstone again. We might just mark out where that's going to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 wide. Depends what we can hide in there. We're gonna be struggling for space. I don't want to overshadow this, but at the same time, I kind of want to leave it as though that was here, and whoever's building here would eventually just go, well, it doesn't cause any harm. It's just sitting there. We may as well build right up against it and use the available space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 seems pretty good. 10 by 16. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we can join that up again. So that's sort of the position of where the greenhouse will be. If I just quickly bring that up to the same height just so that it looks nice. And the beauty of this area is if we did say want to, I have no more dirt on me. But yeah, if we did say want to create a decent sized farm here, like something that could produce a decent amount rather than trying to squeeze it all into a 16 by 10 area, what we can easily do is just pop down here. And we have all of this space underneath the island that we could have access from over here as well. Almost make a little path across, honestly, that leads to like some sort of factory, greenhouse factory underneath the island itself. So that could definitely work. In fact, I think that's probably what we'll end up doing. Have the visage above, the aesthetic part of it, which is a nice little greenhouse, and then have some of the things growing in the top so that it looks like they're in there, but have automatic stuff going underneath. I think that'll be great. Yeah, I like that. We did make another large custom tree, and I feel like just adding a couple more down the line should make that one feel less boisterous, less in your face. I do want to maybe add one here or another large one just here so that it does feel like it's not standing all by itself. That one's pretty decent sized. And then I did kind of just do this one here. I feel like this is the best way to make semi-custom looking trees without having to go too overboard. I just grew a normal one of these, added I think 3 blocks to the top, just fluffed it out a bit with a little bit of the of the leaves. So that works pretty well, looks pretty good. I do like this area. Just coming down here, sometimes I get in my head trying to make things a little bit broken up, but it's not too bad to have a nice clean path every now and again. So I think that's pretty nice there. Now, I'm not going to build this greenhouse in this episode. We're going to make sure that this starts to grow. And I do want to talk about the plans for this and a couple of areas around here. Ooh, I do want to show you guys this too. Went for a little bit more of an open plan area around this. Now, I'm going to do some more work probably in the next episode to hook that all up and get it working so that it has a removal, like it could take the items out as well. That would be ideal, so that it all comes back and we can have a collection system over here too. But went for a little bit more of an open plan area so that you can see it from the sides. We might add some stuff, but I would like to be able to see the furnaces from the side when you're floating around. This up here is finally connected a little bit. Still some detailing that I do want to do, and I decided to use the slope of this roof to bring us up onto this island here and across our new bridge. So this one, I basically went for a similar build style to that, the slight curve up and down, and then spent a lot of time trying to get it to look half decent in the way that it comes back down into the side of this cliff. Ended up deciding that I needed some of these supports here just to make it look a little bit more connected, not as floaty in the whole grand scheme of things. And I think it turned out pretty well. Still not quite sure about just those 2 little bits that are visible there. Might need to change that slightly. But it provides a beautiful curve here with the view of this in the background and then the mountain behind that. Like, oh, when you zoom in like that, I think they call it a parallax effect. It's something that was used in old school, like 2D video games. And as you can see behind me, that is something that I am striving for when I'm playing Minecraft now. I talk about the sightlines, but if I just quickly change my FOV so that it's all a bit closer, notice that when I move back and forth, the 3 different lines of land that I've built all travel at different speeds relative to where I am. So the foreground there with the bridge is moving quite fast. The middle ground of the island is moving a little bit slower, and then the background barely moves at all. It almost looks stationary by comparison. And that just creates this beautiful change in scenery as you go, things becoming more and more exposed. And then we have the same sort of thing happening here. Bridge in the foreground. Look at how that cuts across the mountain. Oh, it looks so good, right? With that there, it shows the closeness of this island in comparison to us. And then the mountain in the background just gets given this scale by creating those stepped layers. Oh, I love that so much. I hope that translates really well on screen for you guys. But it just feels incredible. And it feels grand, the scale of that mountain behind. I think I've talked about this before. One of the things that really makes a difference is you see the size of the individual blocks. And the more you play Minecraft, the more you get accustomed to what that represents as far as size. So these blocks here being several times as large as the ones in the background, like especially there, that one block that I'm looking at with my crosshair is like, what, a good 4 blocks wide in the background. Really does help your brain establish the scale. Oh god. Back up to normal FOV though, and we'll probably go sleep. But yeah, I suppose it was probably worth showing you guys around what I've built for this island. I do love how it all glows in the evening. We'll add some lighting over here as well, and probably light up the future greenhouse here. So when you are floating around in the nighttime and you see all these things floating and glowing, we'll also have a beautiful, bright farm area lit up. They look really cool, right? Especially with the wheat there. I feel like that just looks amazing. Anyway, I'm rambling. Time to go to sleep, and I would like to discuss with you guys the next handful of episodes, maybe, and we'll go from there. So give me a second. Right, a fresh day, a few mobs, but that's all right. We'll fly up into the air because I do want to jump up here and have a little chat with you guys, because I feel like I haven't really... Oh, I missed my platform. I feel like I haven't really given my reasoning behind wanting to start a fresh playthrough rather than continuing on with this world. So there's a few reasons. One of them is I feel like this is a nice standalone project. I feel like once I start to add in the few last things, so for example, we start to have this little farming town on this side. I want to have a dock town over here of similar build, but maybe taking up that little bit there and a little bit across there as well. And just a few bits and pieces spread throughout to tidy this up and finish this up and make it feel like a fully self-contained archipelago that protects the inner islands with these mountain ranges. The other reason is, once I finish this, kind of moving over to a new area, for example, a new place, and starting a new project, I would be very tempted to keep coming back here and grabbing materials and building and whatnot. But I personally really enjoy the slow grind, the work that is involved in reaching the capability to be able to make something like this. So if I already had the materials, I could just go somewhere else and start building, which is fine. But I want you guys to be there with me for the next big build, the next crazy, I don't know how serious we're going to get. I don't know whether it's going to compare to this in size and scale, but damn, that does look good. But yes, I think starting from scratch and the satisfaction of building it all up and getting ourselves to the point where we can do this or stuff of this scale is part of the joy for me. And thirdly, with my old computer, it crashed all the time. And so when we come into our statistics here, like we've got, 6 days of playtime, time of the world open. So I've probably been paused for a long time while doing bits and pieces. But 6 days is nowhere near what I've done. In fact, I've probably done closer to 50, if not more. God, I wish I knew. And that is one of the main reasons I want to start again. I have this new computer. It's a little bit more solid and it's not failed me once yet. It hasn't crashed. I haven't lost anything yet. So I can start fresh and we can keep track of things like how long we've played, how far we've flown, how many blocks we've used in something as grand a scale as this. Whereas if I go over to the items, like I've mined 177,000 stone. It says that I've used used 56,000. I know for a fact that this archipelago of mountains is like 300,000 stone. So it's missing that information that I really am kind of sad about, and that's what I want to have going forward. So I think a fresh start, a new world, new projects, new things to create, and leaving this as a beautiful finished project is my goal. So I'm going to be pushing really hard to get to that point, and hopefully we can all start fresh going into a new season. And I have learned so much over this past year and a bit. I'm so much better at filming. I'm so much better at speaking, and I know what I'm doing a lot more, which means that from the get-go, the new season, the new Let's Play is going to be far higher quality. So all of those things combined together really do make me excited for it. So yeah. I hope that it makes sense. I hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. I'm honestly running a little bit late with this episode, and I know I've just hit you with a bunch of rambling, and maybe you're expecting some more work after this, but I'm sorry, I think I'm going to have to end the episode here. In the next episode, we're going to work on that glass greenhouse. I think we might also make the farmhouse over here and start to try and complete maybe some of those buildings and add a couple more. I think I want to make this whole farming district, which is this island and that island there, finished up in the next episode would be nice. No promises, but I will try my best. And then that way we can move over to the dock area and maybe start on the docklands and even the jail that we have planned for down there. So with that, I do want to thank my Patreon supporters, Tom and Ness, my level 3 supporters. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'm really glad that you guys are helping me run the community server. I appreciate the continued support so much. With that being said, yeah, I think it was a good episode. I'm pretty happy with what I got done down here. I think it's starting to look really cool. And yeah, let's just fly down there. I think this world is starting to fill out, and I think I'm proud of it. I am proud of it. There's no thinking about it. Yeah, that looks so great. Let's have a look at it from this side. Beautiful. Look at that. The way that sort of fills in the... Oh, yes. Having a sight of more stuff over there in the future, like in future episodes, and having those completed, oh yeah, it's going to be good. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you're looking forward to future episodes and a very quickly looming new series. But with that, I'm going to leave you here for today. I hope you take care of yourselves until the next episode, and I'll see you then. All right, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye. Ooh, yeah. Whoop.